Hey guys, it's your clan leader Mez here. Just wanted to take some time and talk about our most likely upcoming change in BH's main clan game to Battlefield 3 and likely changes with the clan structure that will result with this change in games. I'll also be commentating on my Bad Company 2 round here at the same time. You can see it's usually a good idea if you have C4, just especially if you have ammo with it too, lay a trap at the bases you cap, so that gives you just that extra chance that you don't have to run back and grab the flag again. Oop, that guy's dead. We really haven't had any major clan news in a while, and that's simply because a lot of things have happened in a lot of clan members' lives, including myself. I mean, I'll be getting married in December, but it seems all of us have moved or had a kid or been deployed to Afghanistan. But with the release of Battlefield 3 coming soon and people settling down a bit, I think that the clan will pick up a bit in the coming weeks. For those of you who've played the beta of Battlefield 3, know that the game still has a way to go to get even to Bad Company 2 levels before release. You know, I feel like there are 1,000 of bugs and glitches, but you know, it's a beta, and you know, it took them a while to get Battlefield 2 straight, you know, and we were fine with that. And you know, hopefully DICE will release a worthy game. You know, as for the clan itself, you know, I had a scare a few weeks back thinking that the forums had gone down. But yeah, you can see that I'm trying to time there if that guy's gonna wind up behind that mat, see if I can't shoot through it. But yeah, and oh, there goes that engineer. Took me a few extra shots to get him. Now what I'm running here is the M14 with the accuracy benefit. Now a lot of people take the M14 with the Magnums because it's one less shot to hit. But I just feel like there's so much more recoil that it's almost worth just taking this accuracy benefit so you can put more rounds on the target easier and in more rapid succession to get it done. You'll see in this round it kind of comes in handy in a lot of situations. But yeah, back to the forums. They were down, and they said they had taken them down, but just the other day, I think it was Price, noticed that they were back up. You know, and I was like, holy crap, they're back up. And they're a little updated too. There's a lot more features for the admin. And you can see right there, double kill. Both headshots. You see how you can use every piece of cover you can to your best advantage here. Like right here, I get into a firefight, and I just use this one piece of cover against this whole squad, and it works out pretty good. I end up getting blown up by somebody from, I think, C, who had a Gustav on top of the roof there and blew me up from the other end of the map. So, you know, anyway, back to the forums. You know, they're back up, so the nitty-gritty stuff, you know, has to be looked at, because every Bloodhawk policy we've made in the past 6 years almost has had Battlefield 2 in mind. And now the new generation of gaming has finally come, and things like rules, gaming planners, skill ratings, retinue stats, and how to acquire like the advanced Bloodhawk division tags. Like, we have to go over that and decide together if we need to make any changes. So the thing I want to talk about first is clan rules. And really, in my mind, I feel like the majority of the rules are good. You know, I'm gonna leave it to you guys, and if you have any opinions on it, you know, just post. And I feel like the biggest thing is just gonna be activity. I mean, I don't want to discriminate against anybody anymore if they go inactive, but I mean, like the rule says, just try to let everybody know that, you know, something's happened in your life where you're not going to be able to be on, you know, and go from there. You know, and the next thing I want to talk about is how to rank up in the clan, and in my personal opinion, I think we should leave this system alone. You know, I still believe firmly in buddy team tactics and working in like separate, tight, and small elite units rather than one big clump of infantry. You know, Battlefield is just far too diverse a game to have one large infantry squad. You know, we need a helo buddy team, an air power fire team, a few spec op infantry teams, maybe a sniper team, you know, a tank and vehicle team. You know, we need to have all the bases covered to be successful in this game. It's important to remember how much Battlefield differentiates from other first-person shooter games. You know, in that it's still... Ooh, there goes that tank. It's another good thing you gotta do when you're playing with C4. You wanna... You know, you don't always have to be aggressive with it. You can lay defensive C4. And, you know, if they go over it, you're good. You know, everybody uses C4, it seems, offensively. But there's a lot of triggers in this game that'll go off, like a flag going down, a flag blinking, you know, a MCOM being armed, a lot of different things you can use defensively to take enemy troops out with C4, you know. Even to the point of snipers spotting guys out, and you'll just see the little blinky spots on the map where you drop the C4, and that'll give you the heads up on when to blow them, you know. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. You know, Battlefield, it just follows that rock, paper, scissors philosophy, which is to say that, you know, infantry players are going to get killed if they go head-on against a tank. And that tank is going to get killed if it goes against a helicopter. And that helicopter is going to get killed if it goes against a jet. It's a big circle, and because there is that circle, it requires that top teams have a diverse skill set of players who can specialize in being a helicopter pilot or gunner, or being a jet pilot or infantryman. If you're missing one of the key elements, and say your helicopter pilot gets shot down more often than it should, you'll find that the enemy team always has chopper up, and that helicopter will be a thorn in your side, to the point where you lose your competitive advantage. It's that balance, you know, that is required to play effectively in Battlefield. You know, and as for continue possibilities, you know, my next topic really is, you know, let me know what you guys think. A lot of it was judged by me, and you know, a lot of it too was game statistics. You know, for now I added in a few win-to-loss ratio requirements to spice it up a tad, which I hope you guys check out. The ratings are what is going to be changed. That's things like combat action ribbon and the weapon marksman badges. You know, those have to be changed because Battlefield 3 has a huge suppressive fire effect. And I want to move our clan more towards PTFO, which is the new movement going around. It's called playing fucking objective stance, then on kill to death ratio stance. Before we were trying to focus on survivability, and we thought that was the main essence of winning, which it still is to a point, but we have to be aggressive enough to maintain contact with the enemy at all times, you know, and we need to be quick enough to stay on. You can see right here the sniper. I really had to hit him. I felt like I hit him a shitload of times, but he just, I guess I did maybe missed him a few times there. So, Battlefield 3, you know, is going to be really good. There's a lot of things screwed up about it, but EA just confirmed this morning, actually, that we will have squad management inside the game. Because before, if you didn't know, you had to make your squad outside the game, and you couldn't just join up with random people. And even if you were to join somebody outside the game, a lot of times they'd end up being on the other team. So here you are trying to squad up with your buddies, and they're on the other team, and you can't even join with people you want to join with. So I think DICE got their head straight pretty quick around this. It was like, that was just a bad idea to think to do that. You know? So I mean, the Internet Explorer thing in the game, you know, I'm pretty sure there's going to be an in-game browser, and that'll go from there. Now, the kits in the game, there's going to be 10 times more unlocks than Bad Company 2. And that's a lot of different weapons. My favorites so far that I'm looking forward to using are the Scar H, and I really want to unlock that other sniper rifle that's like an M24 variant. I think it's like the M39. You know, I've always been a fan of the high-powered, you know, weapons. You can see I got another C4 there. I'm probably going to get that other tank too if I get the chance. But like the gadgets you get are really phenomenal. Like the assault kit, take for example, you can choose to take shock paddles, or you can choose to take a grenade launcher, you know, and still have like the medic bag, I believe, but be able to take smoke, you know. And you know, granted, I remember when we had to switch to Bad Company 2 to choose not to take medics anymore, because you would get the ticket back, but you wouldn't get the death back in your stats. And back in that day, we were still worried about our KDRs that we would rather just come back, spawn on whoever, and not risk going out in the open to save somebody, because it didn't mean as much to us because our stats are still bad. So we would rather take the other specialties like Recon with their motion balls and Engineer with the AT assets than worry about getting tickets back, because it counted to death for us. But now we can choose, you know, if they do give the ticket back and the death, you know, we'll probably stick with, you know, the shock paddle, but maybe not. Maybe the medic will be with a grenade launcher and the medic. And also, the support class, you can take light assault rifles too, like the M4. Instead of taking machine guns around, you can use your assault rifle as a support and still be able to give ammo. So that still has the same essence of the assault in Bad Company 2, where they get to bring assault rifles around. Granted, I'm pretty sure that you can't take a grenade launcher, but that may or may not change. That said, the machine guns are interesting, to say the least, in Bad Company 2. You can mount them. They're deceivingly similar to 2142, where if you hold down the trigger, your gun stabilizes a lot better, especially when you have it mounted with a bipod. Using this machine gun standing up is almost detrimental unless the guy is right in front of you. Now the Recon class, another thing about support too is they'll also be getting mortars. I haven't seen this in game yet. I don't know if it's just for release, but who knows how that system will work. A sniper can call it off with his laser designator, who knows. I know that Recon will have the ability to call in artillery, just like Bad Company 2. We'll see how that plays out as well, because it did say it's a laser designator, so who knows what type of munitions it'll be when it gets launched in. The gadgets for Recon class are really something to look at. You have the gadget that's kind of like the 2142 gadget, where it's like the spawn beacon, which could be a really nice asset to have on your team. It makes the Recon a lot more feasible to take. Another gadget will be the UAV. Now the Recon can take the UAV. You can't use it as a weapon, but you can use it to spot out enemies in the battlefield. If there's a really super hot zone or a sniper covering a few alleys, you can use a UAV to point out where that man is looking at and communicate with your team what the best method is for taking out that target. This would be a really good thing for a squad lead. Well, that's it for the round. I'm glad you guys watched it. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and talk to you soon.